What is up, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today, we've got some interesting but practical information when it comes to Nintendo talking about their next system already being in development. We also have God of War reviews as well. There was a lot of awesome reviews for this game. I'm really hyped about it, and I want to share my plans for you guys in terms of what I'm going to do for God of War on the PlayStation 4. So we'll discuss that as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with Nintendo when it comes to the statement from Shinya Takahashi, which mentions Nintendo doing R&D on a brand new console. So Nintendo's Shinya Takahashi was on hand at the BAFTA, is it BAFTA? I'm not sure exactly how you'd say it in terms of that, but just the BAFTA Game Awards earlier today. After the event wrapped up and the company took home a few awards, BBC briefly conducted an interview with Takahashi. Now, to begin with, the publication asked how it feels to be part of Nintendo's comeback, and Takahashi had this to say, quote, "We're very happy to be nominated with so many awards this year. We've been trying to make many products that would surprise the users in the world. We're happy to see the success with the Nintendo Switch." Takahashi also weighed in on keeping Mario fresh. Quote, "With Super Mario Odyssey, one of the missions we had was to implement as many creative features of the Nintendo Switch, so I think that type of approach gives freshness to the franchise." Now here was the last one that kind of caused somewhat of a stir online when it comes to Nintendo Switch's success and if it's been a surprise, and this is what Takahashi had to say to that. Quote, "Nintendo constantly works on hardware, so we have been doing research and development. You may see the new system sometime in the future." Now we don't have the original Japanese transcripts in terms of from the links that I've tried to see here, what Nintendo everything is also listed to, so maybe that could have been lost in translation, but I don't really think that there's anything that's lost in translation when it comes to what he's trying to say here, is that Nintendo and many other companies, pretty much all of the big three, they all research new technology and new systems right after their system is on the market, that it launches. Sony's already researching the PlayStation 4 Pro. They're already researching the PlayStation 5. Microsoft was already researching the Xbox One X. Microsoft was already researching what's going to come after that. They're researching new cloud technology. This is something that just happens all the time in gaming. Nintendo discussed the concept of the Nintendo Switch, or in terms of what they wanted the Switch to be, as far back as 2013. So not even like a year or so after the Nintendo Wii U was launched, they were already at it in terms of what they're going to do with the Nintendo Switch. This is something that they talked about with the Wii U, even looking at concepts from back then and seeing what they were going to do afterwards. This is a very common thing for developers to start working on stuff. So it's just interesting, I think, in terms of what he said. Oh, well, you may see it sometime in the future. So that somewhat alludes to it being sometime soon. And yeah, I do think in the next couple years, we could see a new Nintendo Switch, or we could see a Nintendo Switch Pro or Nintendo Switch Plus. Now that Nintendo knows that the Switch is going to be the future for them, they can do all sorts of things with it. Now we have that other article about the Nintendo Switch tech and them teaming up with another company to find out new ideas for the Nintendo Switch. It all kind of falls down into the olive branch of things, like I talked about it if you caught my PE live stream the other day. It's an olive branch. Nintendo wants another system like a new Nintendo Switch or like another system on the market. That's why they're saying, oh, well, you might see it sometime in the future. They're definitely going to do that, because what they did was the basic Tegra X1. It wasn't a customized chip. It wasn't fit to their liking in terms of what they want to do. I'm pretty sure they're already working and have been working with NVIDIA in terms of what do we do next. What can we put in this Nintendo Switch that'll give us backwards compatibility with all current Nintendo Switch games, and also give us the resolution boost, give us the graphical power that we might need to have some of these other games come over as well. So this is something that Nintendo's always researching and doing, and I'm not surprised to hear that Shinya Takahashi say, yeah, you know what, we're researching our next one, and you might see it sometime in the future, especially since the Nintendo Switch is in a portable form factor. That more so than anything kind of tells you that there's going to be some type of new Nintendo Switch, that there's going to be something that's not too far away in terms of it. I would say in the next 2 to 3 years, we could see something. Nintendo's always been updating their portable systems with stronger components in there, or new things, or new features. This is something Nintendo's done all the way back to the Game Boy. Since the pretty much start of everything, whether it was the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance SP with the backlight on there, they did the Game Boy like Micro, they did the DS, the DS Lite, the DSi that actually had boosted horsepower and had an eShop, and then you have the Nintendo 3DS, you have the new Nintendo 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS XL. They've done all sorts of stuff with their portable systems, boosting the power, changing the features. So yeah, I expect Nintendo to put something out that's going to boost the power, change the features when it comes to Nintendo Switch, because you can never sit on your laurels. You always have to get something new in the pot. So I definitely think that you're going to see that in terms of something, but we just have to wait and see what it's going to end up being. So what do you think Nintendo is up to when it comes to Nintendo Switch? What would you like to see that's actually feasible? We've had a lot of people talk about supplemental computing devices, new systems, things like that. For me, I'm just interested in seeing the future and seeing the games. If it can enhance the games, if it can make them more fun to play or better or easier to play for some people, then I'm all for it. So that's what I like when it comes to all these different systems. Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, people who've got 4K TVs, hook that up to your 4K TV and have fun. That's what it's all about, right? Just playing the games, enhancing the experience, and providing options for players out there. So I'm all down for it. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the final topic for this video, we have God of War. Now I talked about this on my PE live stream, but I wanted to get into this, guys, and many of you guys, maybe if you're new subscribers or you always see me talking about Nintendo a lot, God of War is one of my top franchises of all time. It's definitely in my top 20 when it comes to things, because I was a huge God of War fan when I was in high school and in college. God of War 1 and 2, those games are amazing in my opinion. Now the God of War franchise has had its lowlights. We have God of War Ascension, the PSP titles are okay, but I don't feel they're as good as the original trilogy of games in terms of God of War 1, 2, and 3, and like I said, Ascension's just horrible. So I think with this new game, this is pretty much a new beginning for them. This is something that they're doing brand new, and the review scores have definitely reflected that. Right now on Metacritic it has a 94, on OpenCritic it has a 95. We've got 81 positive reviews, so no mixed, no negative. Big sites such as DualShockers, IGN, US Gamer, Polygon, Game Revolution, Easy Allies, WCCF Tech, we got this covered. So many different websites gave this game 100 out of 100, 10 out of 10, and I'm hyped to play it because I'm a big fan of God of War. A lot of people were knocking the whole aspect to where you play with Kratos' son, and why does he even have a son? This is nothing like Kratos, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them moving away with it. I think God of War kind of needed a reboot. It kind of needed something different, and I'm a big fan of the God of War story, and it seems like this one is a gripping and emotional journey that you can share with your child right here, in terms of the child in the game, not with your actual child, because, you know, if your actual child is old enough to watch it, of course, but still, not like a little child. But anyway, I'm getting into the game. Like, I like that fact because I'm a dad myself, you know, and I think that that's cool that Kratos is now humanized a little bit, because in the original trilogy, he was horrible. He was just a horrible dude. Like, he was so bad, and he would just do so many bad things, and he kind of lost his humanity throughout that whole franchise. But I think in this one, maybe he gets it back, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kratos. So I'm a fan of this, and I'm all down for these great review scores. I think the game is going to be really good. I've been watching some of the gameplay that leaked out and some of the other stuff there, and reading some of the reviews, seeing some of the gameplay clips. Yes, it's very different from what God of War used to be, but I do feel that God of War can change that way. Like, the game necessarily wasn't really the best when it comes to action, stylish, and air combos and all that. Devil May Cry and also Bayonetta have always had that genre in terms of what they did there beat. God of War was always, in my opinion, the third tier when it came to that, just because Devil May Cry and Bayonetta had different types of styles you can do. You had dodge offset with Bayonetta. It just did it a lot better than God of War. So I have no problem with them moving into more of like The Last of Us or like the Witcher style of combat, more methodical, more visceral, and in your face. And I'm going to be playing this game for the story and the graphics anyway. So I'm not a huge graphics guy, but I love me some God of War, and I like the way that it animates. I like the way that it looks, and I just want to play it to get through the story. I want to see what's up with this Kratos kid. I want to see what's going down. I want to know who the mom is. I want to know all this stuff with this game. So it's exciting just to get into a new God of War, so I'm happy for that. So a lot of you guys have been asking my plans for God of War, and yes, I will be streaming the game. I'll be getting it on launch day. I'm not going to be getting a review copy. I'm going to head down to Best Buy and pick up my own copy there, and then I'll try to see if I can get streaming going. It's going to launch next Friday, so that's the same day as Labo. Let's go. So there's going to be some nice Labo videos and also my God of War stream as well. So I thought maybe that I can do 4K, but I'm not sure if I can. I've been testing a few things out and I'm not sure if I can, or at least it wouldn't be consistent. So if not, you guys will just get it in regular 1080p. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. And the game runs at 30 frames per second, so expect 30 frames per second, but output in the 60 or however you want to put it at when it comes to your settings. So overall, I'm excited. I'm going to be streaming the game. I'm not exactly sure when I'll be streaming it, just because Best Buy opens at, I think, 10 o'clock my time, so that's Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, add 3 hours in there. So I'm not exactly sure, and it depends on my workflow for the day, so I might have some videos that I need to do, but I'll definitely have a stream that day. So maybe you can tune in the evening time, maybe like around 5 or 6 p.m. my time, Pacific time. So yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of you guys are excited to watch some God of War gameplay, see what all this is about. I know there's a lot of fans who like Nintendo and who like God of War and vice versa. A lot of you guys have expressed that to me via Twitter and the messages, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys in the live stream if you could make it, and I'd be really appreciative if you could come out. So awesome stuff here, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Nintendo and the R&D. Shinya Takahashi, what he had to say, in addition to God of War going down, all the great reviews. Seriously, it's been amazing, man. The reviews are so good, so I'm looking forward to this game. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. It also gets you access to PE Arena, where we play games as a community for up to 4 hours on Saturday, so that's a lot of fun as well. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.